At it again, and we've got some interesting news here today, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new. If you would like to help me out even further with this YouTube algorithm too, watch this video to the very end. You're probably not going to want to miss it anyway, but make sure you do so. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm tremendously. All right, I would greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, let's dive in. Now, actually, before we jump into the clip, now, there is some great news that has just broken with some new polls. Oh, boy. You guys remember all the clips that I've been showing you? Well, first off, I've got more, as I always say. You know, hey, listen, when I tell y'all I come across these clips all the time, I really do. I really do. So I've got some more clips I want to show you guys today. But before we hop into those, I have a part of a video that I want to show you guys with this great news. Let's dive in.
Folks, take a look at this from Newsmax. McLaughlin poll. Trump beats Biden in electoral landslide. After Georgia's indictment of Donald Trump, our new national poll shows he not only beats Biden, but he would defeat the current president in an electoral landslide. The McLaughlin national survey finds Trump leads Biden 47% to 43%, up 2 points this month alone. Even more remarkable, with our voter model for this poll, we assigned 4 more points of Biden 2020 voters than Trump voters, meaning they actually stacked the data against him, adding more 2020 Biden voters to the survey sample, and he's still whooping this corrupt old man, still gaining. This means looking at 2024, there is an 8-point turnaround in favor of Trump from the 2020 election, and Biden voters are switching to Trump. But here's the really big news. In key battleground states, Trump leads Biden 49% to 41%. If the election was held today, Trump would defeat Biden in an electoral landslide. And see, that right there is really what a lot of people forget. You know, people will look at the polls, they'll see Joe leading by, I don't know, let's say 2 or 3 points. Let's take the average. Joe's up 0.8% in the RCP average. And they pretty much dust off their hands and say, it's a wrap, Joe Biden's leading, good game. Yeah, that's not how it plays out with the Electoral College. In 2020, Hillary Clinton was leading in the polls by double digits. Yet not only did she lose, she lost in a massive electoral landslide. Now Joe's up 0.8%. And people are seriously trying to make the argument that he's in a favorable position to win the next election? Give me a break. Joe Biden needs to win big if he's to win key battleground states. I know the narrative is that Donald Trump is deeply unpopular in swing states and especially with independent voters, but based on a lot of the data that we've analyzed, that simply isn't the case. And this data is suggesting that in key battleground states, Trump leads Biden 49% to 41%. That's an 8-point lead. And just to destroy another narrative related to Donald Trump's electability, you know, you hear Ron DeSantis voters, Nikki Haley voters, and the rest of their ilk claiming that Donald Trump has an electability problem. Donald Trump simply cannot win a general election. You need a neocon, because those people, you know, oh geez, are they just so incredibly popular? They really mobilize people to the polls. Said literally nobody ever. But that's the narrative that they try to spin. That's what they try to push, that Donald Trump is not electable, but they are. Well, McLaughlin once again follows every other poll, suggesting that actually it's the exact opposite. This sentence pretty much says it all. Trump appears to be the only Republican candidate who can solidly defeat Joe Biden. And it's not a matter of cult of personality, it's simply about policies. Trump obviously has a winning message because he's won with it before. And the reality is, every other Republican candidate pretty much has co-opted his platform to a certain extent. You know, what's the point of supporting another Republican for president over Donald Trump when they're all running on Trump policies? Nobody wants bootleg Trump, people want Donald Trump. And the McLaughlin poll also suggests that Trump is winning when it comes to public opinion. Public opinion agrees with President Trump. Joe Biden's job approval rating remains decidedly negative, and 72% of undecided voters disapprove the job that Biden is doing. They're claiming that most of the undecided vote is a hidden vote for Trump. Under Biden, 67% of voters believe the country is on the wrong track, with 83% of undecided voters saying that it's on the wrong track. That's historically bad. A solid majority of 67% of voters say that the economy is getting worse, and only 32% believe it's getting better. 83% of voters say that they have been negatively affected by inflation or Bidenflation, 45% of which are struggling to keep up and meet basic necessities. Only 37% of voters are favorable of Vice President Kamala Harris. Bidenomics is a poor brand name, with only 22% of voters being favorable. Trump is winning on the issue that matters most to voters, economics and inflation. Voters prefer Trump over Biden when it comes to economic issues at 57% to 33%. When it comes to securing the border, Trump is winning 55 to 37%, and Republicans are leading congressional ballot at 48% to 42%. Now, some of that data, like congressional ballot, for instance, there's other polls that are suggesting a different reality, but for the most part, and especially on the most important issues like the border, the economy, inflation, wrong track, the data presented here by McLaughlin is pretty much in line with what we've seen from all the other pollsters. Trump is winning when it comes to public opinion. He's winning on the issues. He seems to be winning with independent voters, and most importantly, he seems to be winning with undecided voters. You know, this phenomenon of the silent Trump vote. You have to take the polling data and always give Trump a little bit of an edge. In every election season, it's played out exactly like that.
Trump told us about that before. The silent majority. Sure, all of you remember that. The silent folks. And I'm sure that still exists. Maybe not to the extent that it used to, but I definitely know that still exists. In part because I feel like I've seen it. You know, I've seen people kind of tiptoe around supporting Trump and kind of, they'll say they support Trump, but then they'll say something else that's, slightly negative about Trump or something, to try to balance it out, so they don't get any backlash. I've seen that multiple times. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who are even afraid to go that far just to say that they support him in any way, shape, or form. They would just rather stay silent. And I feel like, that's a part of the agenda of the elites, right? To keep people silent so that it's perceived as if people don't support Uncle Trump, and for the people that do openly, they want to try to demoralize them and make us feel like we can't win. There's no possibility of us winning. There's no point in us even, continuing on, right? I feel like that's part of the agenda. At least that's what it feels like to me. Y'all can let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. But let's finish out this clip, and then we'll jump into the short clips I have to show you guys as well.
How it's played out in pretty much the last two election seasons. Supposedly, the Democrat presidential candidate's going to win by 8 to 10 points, then they end up winning by, let's say, 4 to 5 in the popular vote. That has a big impact when it comes to key battleground swing states. And on the issue of where Trump stands right now, basically the point that I always make, this far out from the election in 2020 and this far out from the election in 2016, Trump was down by basically double digits across the board. Now all of a sudden, he's leading in most of the polls, and Joe Biden's aggregate lead is less than 1%, currently being inflated by a bogus Yahoo poll before the Trump mugshot. I don't know, man. People want to have a doomer outlook. They want to take the black pill. I'm choosing to remain positive and to stick in this thing. What's the alternative? Giving up? The simple reality is that a second term of sleepy, creepy, piss pants, corrupt Joe Biden is simply too dark of a reality to accept. You just gotta believe. And based on the data that we're analyzing here, there might actually be something to believe in. The headline says it all. Based on McLaughlin polling data, Trump beats Biden in an electoral landslide.
Beautiful words right there, huh? Some wonderful words right there. And I've also got some more evidence to back that up, as I always do. Y'all know. I literally just made a compilation video yesterday of people supporting Uncle Trump, and I can do it again today, and I can do it again tomorrow and the next day after that, and so on and so on. I'm sure you guys would get tired of that eventually, but we're going to do it a little bit again today. Just a little bit. Let's jump into it. Now, here's a clip here. You can hear the crowd cheering. Now, I had to mute it because there's music playing in the background. But there you go. You kind of just heard it there. But like I said, there's music playing in the background. But you see it here. I mean, Trump always gets love wherever this guy goes. Every time he shows his face in public. Trump 24 signs, people cheering, all types of stuff going on. people cheering in the background. Like I said, I can't play it because there's music playing in the background, and I might have to take this video down because of that music. But you guys get the message here, right? Taking pictures with folks, showing love. Crowd loves them. Look, oh, absolutely love you. Yeah, come on. Yep, look. Look at that. Now, let me ask you this question. When's the last time you saw a video of Joe Biden going out in public and receiving love like this? I'll wait. Because it ain't happened. It never will happen. Especially now that he's actually become president and we've got to see what things are like under Joe Biden. Now, I've also got this other quick image here that I wanted to show you guys really, really quickly that I thought was really interesting. And it is this right here. Millennials for Trump. We're not all idiots. Love to hear it. But once again, as I always say with these clips, man, there's more. Now, obviously, that is an older clip, okay? Let's make that clear. But when's the last time you saw Joe Biden get put on a teleprompter or get put on the big screen at a stadium and heard an entire crowd cheer? The entire stadium. And obviously, we have, a more recent incident of Trump, getting that kind of standing ovation from an entire crowd. But I've already played that clip before for you guys. It was the UFC, okay? So I didn't want to replay that one over again. I wanted to show you guys something that I haven't shown you before. Some of you may not have seen the clip there of the Alabama stadium cheering like crazy. But like I said, that is an older clip, okay? I want to make that clear so nobody, oh, well, you pulled up an old clip. Well, duh, I just told you that, okay? My point is that's an entire stadium, right? Now, I did have to dig this clip up again because it is just hilarious and it really shows how deep this support for Uncle Trump really goes.
Normally, when I want to do Midwestern nights, I just go to Fort Myers in January, and I have half the Midwest there. But we love everybody that comes down to Florida, but particularly Southwest Florida from Iowa and other parts.
Thank you. Hey, you know what? We're in Iowa, and in Iowa, we're Iowa nice. So let's give everybody the opportunity to hear our candidates. So we'll stop until you do, but we're all going to have an opportunity to hear from each and every candidate.
Isn't that kind of funny, right? Isn't that kind of funny? And some people may say, oh, well, those folks are being rude. Well, I don't consider it being rude when, people have told you once nicely who they want. People have told you twice nicely who they want. And when you continually try to give them somebody else and try to demonize the person that the people, right, the same people that are supposed to be running the country, us, the people, we, the people, right? When you keep trying to tell the people, no, that guy's a demon, here, take this guy, well, eventually they're going to get angry. Eventually, they're going to say, no, we don't want this. We've told you twice. We're done being nice, right? Because, she said, oh, we're in Iowa and we're Iowa nice. We're done being nice. We tried to tell you nicely and you didn't listen. So, okay, now you're going to have to, now you're forced to listen because we're not even going to let you speak now. Listen, like I said, it just shows how deep the support goes, man. It shows how deep the support goes. And obviously, we can dive deeper into that and how the establishment is really fighting against Uncle Trump. And I think it's really working against them because it's so blatantly obvious what's happening and what's going on. The establishment is saying, no, you guys can't have, a Republican in office. You're getting Joe Biden and, Republican, we the people are saying, no, we want Trump. We want Trump. It's going to be Trump. You have no other choice but to give us Trump. And the establishment is like, oh, crap. Okay. All right, fine. Here's Ron DeSantis. Here, he's a Republican. Take Ron. But you can't have Trump. And we, the people, are saying, that's not what we said. That ain't what we said. We said we want Trump. You're not going to... This is the guy that they tried to demonize. Check this out.
Good to see you again.
이런 데서 각하를 만나게 될 줄 생각 못했어요.
I've never expected to meet you at this place.
That's good. That's my honor. Would you like to accept the cross?
각하께서 한 발자국 건너시면 사상 처음으로 우리 땅을 밟으시는 미국 대통령이 되죠.
If your Excellency take a step forward, you will be the first U.S. president to cross the line.
I'd be very proud to do that. Okay, let's do it.
Now, this is the guy that they are continually trying to demonize. Yeah, imagine that. And it's backfiring in a major way. And of course, I've got more. I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. I know this video's gone on for quite some time, so I'm going to get you guys out of here shortly. But I've got 2 more clips for you guys, and then we'll wrap it up, all right? I'm pretty sure you're going to want to see this one, though. So this next clip is apparently out of California. Check it out.
We do it. What?
California, guys. California. Yeah. How crazy is that? And unfortunately, this is the guy that they would prefer that we choose over Uncle Trump.
You said in March that you would go to East Palestine, Ohio. You came here. How come you haven't gone to East Palestine yet?
Well, I haven't had the occasion to go to East Palestine. There's a lot going on here, and I just haven't been able to break. I was thinking whether I'd go to East Palestine this week, but I then was reminded I've got to go literally around the world. I'm going from Washington to India to Vietnam and so it's going to be a while. But we're making sure that East Palestine has what they need materially in order to deal with their problems.
And that's the guy that they would prefer that we choose. Now, let me say this. I am proud of we the people. Very, very proud of we the people. We have shown unwavering support for our president, Uncle Trump. Unwavering. Now, the true test is going to come short. It's going to come here shortly. Beginning of next year, that's when I feel the real, test is going to come. Whenever they pull out whatever big plan that they have, and trust me when I tell you, they've got something else up their sleeve. These guys aren't going down without a fight. Trust me when I tell you that. There's going to be some dark times. That's going to be the real test. And so far, so good. We the people have withstood every single thing that they've thrown at us and said that we support them no matter what. And even garnered more support from the people along the way. And I only see that growing and becoming stronger over time to the point where they just have no choice. They don't have a choice. I think something weird is going to happen immediately after the 2024 election. I'll save what I think is going to happen right after for another video. But I think after Trump wins, it's going to be some real interesting stuff that takes place. But like I said, I'll save that for another day and another video. Thank you for watching until this point. I greatly appreciate you guys spending your time with me today. Peace and love. I'm out.